How's it going, guys? This is Casey Dunnigan, owner and operator of Flysnties Fly Company. Today, I'm going to tie for you one of my signature patterns. It's called the Clearwater Emerger. I think it was available first in 2010. So this pattern bridges the gap kind of between your midge emergers and your beta emergers. Probably my go-to size would be a size 22. This is a size 20 that I have in the vise here right now. Any curved scud hook is perfectly fine. You know, your 2487s, 2457s, or 2488s will work perfectly fine. I have a silver line glass bead, kind of like Pat Dorsey does on some of his flies. We fished the South Platte, and I think he was the one who really figured out that these silver line glass beads or mercury beads, whatever you want to call them, really work for the fish here. So living in Colorado here on the Front Range, we fish Deckers a lot in the canyon. I don't really spend too much time in the canyon, but not only does it work well, on those rivers, it works well in a lot of places, that you have midges and betas. So without further ado, stop rambling, we'll get started here. So I've got 8/0 gray thread. So you're just going to start it right behind the bead. This is the Montana Fly Company 8/0 thread. And then for our tail, we're just using brown India hen or henback, whatever works best for you. The original pattern used to have pheasant tail as a tail. I no longer use pheasant for any tails because after a few fish it's just completely gone. So you're just going to hang this off the back of the hook here, and you'll hear me repeat with all my patterns. You're just looking to hang off about one hook gap of length. So come bring that up, pin trap it on, make a few wraps, make sure you're good to go there, okay? And then for the rib, we're going to go with small copper wire. And you're just going to tie that right in at the same point where you tied your tails in. And then we're just going to wrap those back together. This reduces a lot of bulk. So you want a nice slim profile, just like your betas patterns have, and then just kind of come back up. Then you can trim your butt sections off here. Alright, cover them up with your thread. And then you could palmer. I don't know if the palmering term is really such a good term for using wire, but we'll use it, or you can just wind it. Not super close wraps, you want a nice segmentation. I usually go about 4 wraps, and that's about it. Okay. So I'm just gonna make 3 wraps over top of the wire here and just spin that off. Okay. Now the next thing we're gonna put in is our wing case, and actually we're just using pheasant tail fibers. So you want to pick off about a half a dozen so of regular pheasant tail fibers. This stuff looks really cool as a wing case. So you want to really use the tips for the wing case, because they have these like little spiky barbules. So when you pull the wing case over, it looks really cool. So I'm just going to stick this up underneath my thread here. Oops. And you're setting that at about, I don't know, 1/3 of the way back from the eye of the hook. So, one third of the hook length in itself. Okay. So get those secured in. Come back to your tie-in point. And then for our legs, gray fluoro fiber. Alright. Tie those in the same way. So you'll notice I like to bring my materials up underneath my thread, set it down, make a wrap over top, and just kind of pull them to length. And it's no mystery by now to most of you guys that have seen my videos that I do not wrap in the traditional way. I wrap towards me rather than away from me, so counterclockwise, I suppose. Alright, so build that up just a little bit with your thread, and then the thorax is just going to be super fine. Adam's gray dubbing. Now you don't want to go crazy with this, just so you have a nice tie-in point at the end for your wing case and your legs. And it's a very, very small bead, so you can easily crowd this up pretty good if you're not careful. So if you're gonna build it up anywhere, build the center of the thorax up more. Okay. So then you're just gonna pull your fluoro fiber over. Make just honestly one wrap right on top of there first. Pull your wing case over. Just check your positioning. Alright. Super easy. Come up underneath, make one wrap. Secure those in. Trim off your pheasant tail. And then so all you're going to do, you can kind of come up with your scissors here and get separated what you think looks like half. Pull these off to the side here. So you make one wrap, get that secured in. Pull the other half of your legs to this side on your side towards you. Get that tied in. One wrap over top. Like I said, minimal wraps is key to this pattern because you have such a small bead, so you can really, really overcrowd this if you're not careful. And I just do a 2-turn whip finish on this just because I'm gonna use, you can use either head cement or I like to use that Solarez bone dry because it really penetrates and you can just hit it with your light and you're good to go, and you don't have to worry about your head cement drying. So then you want to just kind of pull your legs straight back, and then you're just going to trim those right behind your thorax. And that's the profile that you're looking for, okay? And that is it. The way I like to fish this, I actually like to fish this with a dry dropper system. I'll fish a dry up top, and then a heavier tungsten dropper fly below that. And if your state allows, you to fish 3 flies, which Colorado does. I think most states do. And then I'll drop off of my dropper fly. I'll put this. My Clearwater emerger below that, so it's in a sense, John Barr's, hopper copper dropper system, just with obviously different flies. So give it a try. You can nymph with this. The whole dry dropper system works with it as well. I mean, you can fish this right in the surface film too. Like I said, it's an emerger pattern, so it'll work well in a lot of situations. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.